Shavua Tov and Gudvach. This past Shabbos was the Yortzeit of the Lubavitcher Rebbe Zichrono Livracha. It was also the Yortzeit of Rav Yeshua Noivit. Now, everyone knows about the Lubavitcher Rebbe and what he did. I mean, it's really beyond exactly for me to describe what he did. And I'm only like a little bit of a Chabad Chassid, and I got $3 from the Rebbe, Zayva Koros HaTov, maybe 25 years ago, I don't remember already. But one thing for sure is it's kedai to understand what makes it that a gadol, someone great, has a schus to leave a mark and something that stays with Klal Yisrael and has tremendous dividends after they leave this world. So the Lubavitcher Rebbe, first of all, besides the incredible amount of Hasidim and Chasidus they left in the world, if there's any place in the world that a person wants to travel, they know that at the end of the day, whether they are Chabad fans or not, there's one place they're going to look for, and that's a Chabad house. And they're going to have a minyan, and they're going to have kosher food, and they probably even might have a mikveh. And that's an incredible gift, and it came because the Lubavitcher Rebbe cared, and his mission in this world was to go into every single place in this world, and what's called to be Malin Nitzoitzes, to raise the sparks, and to reach out to every single Jew. And it came from caring. An incredible love and concern for every Jew. Now, we're not comparing gedolim, but Rav Yeshua Noivit, most of you probably don't know the name, but his sefer you definitely know, and that's Shmira Shabbos Kilchasa, which is one of the best and most sold svarim in Klal Yisrael over the past, 50 years. And it delineates halacha and Shabbos. Really, you can't move, if you're the Rabbanim especially, can't move without Shmir Shabbos Kirchas, especially the small letters on the bottom, because they all come from comments of his Rebbe, which was none other than Shlomo Zalman Auerbach Zichrono Livracha. And there's an amazing, someone sent me actually a link to a Rav, a very chashuv Rav in the Shtachim. His name is Rav Van Dyke. Very interesting name. Anyways, it's a big Talmud Chacham, and he has a beautiful Azkara. Basically, he was eulogizing and just describing his Rebbe. And his Rebbe lived in Beit Vagan, those who remember. And he was saying that the Rebbe was once giving Shir, meaning Rav Noivit, and he was discussing, he was an expert in halach, he was also in charge. That's a lot of things we don't know, that behind the scenes he was in charge of the mikvois and the shtachim. Tremendous posek in many, many fields. But it's interesting that in Beit Vagan, especially those who remember, so the top of Beit Vagan, Chova Pisgan, where the Groshul is, and then there's a road or two lower, which is a Chovuziel. My grandparents used to live there. That road, especially many years ago, in the time of Rav Noivit, was very, very, very secular. And one day, Rav Noivit, I don't know, came maybe from exactly where it came from, he said, I want to ask you, Rabbanim, Chashuvim, Tamidim, that are coming and learning. He said, is our learning being mashpia on Rechov Uziel? So this Gadol, and that's with Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, a gadol cares about Klal Yisrael. When you care, then you know what happens? You get the schus to leave an impression. The Chofetz Chaim, right, wasn't there for himself. He was a tremendous honor. His farm were mekubal, accepted, maybe more than any other sefer in halacha. Even though he wasn't even the Rav. Or Chofetz Chaim would say about himself, I'm not the Rav in Radin. But his sefer stayed with us, and until today, everyone's busy with the Mishnah Berurah, the Chofetz Chaim. And I want to add something else, an incredible lesson. And I saw this. There's a beautiful, you could sign up, it's called Teras Avigdor from Avigdor Miller. Avigdor Miller was such a genius and such a gun, and sometimes always said great things, but they basically send this out in an email. It's very kedai to sign up. So he was asked, in his time already, many years ago, when you see different gedolim that are arguing amongst each other, between each other, what should you do? What should you say? What should you not say? And he said, and this is so nagea, it's so important. It was important then, I don't know if people listened then, and it's important now. He said, when it comes to gedolim, don't say a word, especially like this week's parsha. To start up with gedolim is fire. And he said, you could have your gadol, and it's beautiful, but as long as you respect someone else's gadol, never dismiss someone else's gadol. And even if they're having fights amongst each other, don't get mixed in. You know, Rav Nachman has a whole piece about this, Moapi, Machshava, and Kabbalah, that there's big inyanim when gedolim are fighting out. But that's not for us. We have to know one thing. We have our own gadol, beautiful. Someone that's accepted by many in Klal Yisrael, beautiful. But if there's something, same gadol, by another sect of Klal Yisrael, make sure to respect it. Make sure not to say a word. It's so dangerous. Chas v'sholom would be swallowed up. He said, Koirach got swallowed up. He opened his mouth, too big, against the gedolim, and he got swallowed up. Just now I get the summary from Eretz Yisrael. It's news, so this way I don't have to watch anything, and it's a quick summary. So they go through the different areas of the world too, which is always fascinating. They had a write-up, a scary write-up in Indonesia, second time in recent, and the possibility of this happening is like winning a lottery. That's what they write. A lady was swallowed up by a python, by a snake. Sometimes you read psukim in the Torah where the Rabban Shem says, I'm going to send snakes. And we think a snake is going to eat a human being. It ate, swallowed up alive. Or I don't know if it actually first kills, but they opened up the snake. It's a scary video. It's not worth watching. It's so scary, but it's enough. It's worth watching to wake yourself up, because it's scary when you start with chachamim. A person could be swallowed up by a snake. So we should have an incredible week, and we should learn from our gedolim, and really make sure that we only have positive things to say about each other, and especially about our gedolim. Hatzlacha.